One of Britain's most notorious killers has been recalled to prison only weeks after being released on parole. Colin Pitchfork served 33 years for raping and strangling the Leicestershire schoolgirls Dawn Ashworth and Linda Mann. His release in September was highly contentious. The move today has been welcomed by the family of one of his victims. Well, our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball is here. Jeremy, an unexpected development tonight.
It really is, Nav, and it follows a huge row over that decision to grant his parole in the first place. Now, we know Pitchfork was arrested earlier today for breaching his licence conditions. We don't know the details, but we understand concerns were raised by staff at a hostel where he was living, who were getting increasingly worried about elements of his behaviour. And there isn't any suggestion that he committed any further offence. But of course, this case is so contentious because Pitchfork's crimes were so notorious. You'll remember it was back in the 1980s. Linda and Dawn were both 15 years old. They were both found raped and strangled near their homes in Enderby in Narborough. And Pitchfork was the first ever murderer to be convicted using DNA fingerprinting after thousands of men from Leicestershire were asked to give samples. The local MP led the battle to stop his parole.
You don't rape and brutally murder two teenage girls like Linda and Dawn and then pretend that with the passage of time you're a normal law-abiding person. I would have preferred that Pitchfork had never been released in the first place. And I suppose if there is a silver lining to this unpleasant episode, it is that the resources of the probation services have worked and he's been recalled into custody.
And Jeremy, there's been reaction from one of the families as well tonight, hasn't there?
Yeah, we've heard from Dawn Ashworth's mother, Barbara. Now, she says she's pleased that Pitchfork is back in prison, so she doesn't need to worry about him attacking other women and girls. She is, though, still worried that Pitchfork could be free again in the future. And, of course, the parole board have always argued they had a legal obligation to release him because he'd served his minimum sentence, and they'd assessed that those strict licence controls meant that he was safe to release. Now, that might have been the legal position, but so many people thought it was just plain wrong. So looking forward, Alberto Costa now wants big changes in those parole rules, and he's hoping that Colin Pitchfork won't be released again.
OK, Jeremy, thank you.